Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, as we celebrate the 33 years of the Mekawayan Toastmasters Club, we recognize our club as a haven of learning, leadership, public speaking, and an extended family where bonds are formed and nurtured. As we honor these principles, I'd like to share some tips on how you can maximize your speaking opportunity, especially in the table topic session. First, structure your speech. Use a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start with a hook and provide supporting points. Secondly, be concise. Stick to the main point and avoid going off on tangents. Next, use personal stories. As you answer each topic tonight, I encourage each one of you to share your own stories, your own journey, and your own experience, and how is it relatable to our topic. Then maintain eye contact by looking at the pinhole of your camera. And lastly, practice active listening. Listen carefully to the prompt and address it directly in your response. Let us now start our table topics portion. As Proverbs 4:7 states, the beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, though it costs all you have. Get understanding. I'd like to invite our first speaker to share his thoughts on the importance of seeking learning. I would like to hear a story from Toastmaster Jerry Dizon.
I know it's inevitable since I don't have a role. Thank you, Toastmaster Rai. All good? Should I start now? All right. What are you without your memories? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This passage that says wisdom costs everything you have, but then it gives you something more, right? How can that be? I agree with this statement because I think the very purpose of us living in this world is gaining wisdom and then using it to get into other adventures. And in life, especially when I started making it on my own, getting my shadow out of my parents or my origin, I've learned that in order to survive, you need to gain wisdom from all the things that you're experiencing, because this wisdom will get you knowledge so that you can withstand all the other problems that you were encountering in this world. I remember when I finished my first vocational course, vocational because I didn't have a degree back then. I was so worried about what kind of job I was going to do because I didn't know myself, I didn't know my capability, and I was not as confident as I am now. And what I wanted to do that time is to be an encoder. I remember specifically being an encoder because I don't need a lot of knowledge, right? I just need to look into something and encode it into a computer, maybe, or even if it's just all those paperworks. And I I looked for a job with all this apprehension, and I realized that I could do more than that. And this very knowledge I have used in handling more problems. When I resigned on my first job, I learned that even if I'm afraid that I won't get another job. I just need to, do it if I feel like doing it. So, fellow Toastmasters, solving a problem just gives us knowledge to be able to uh, handle the future bigger problems, because that's what growth is all about. I think we need to be able to withstand all small problems so that we can handle more bigger problems in the future. Over to you, Toastmaster Rai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jerry, for answering our challenge topic for tonight. And it is very insightful. And moving on, another core aspect of our club in Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club is encouraging public speaking. This mirrors the Lord's command to speak without fear. In Exodus 4:12, it states that, "Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." Similarly, in Jeremiah 1:7-9 and Matthew 10:19-20, emphasize speaking with divine guidance and courage. I would like to invite Toastmaster Rose to share her thoughts on about this topic. Toastmaster Rose?
Moses. Was that Moses who said, "No go"? God, no go. I will not do that. And you know what happened after that? He didn't really speak. It was his brother who spoke for him. So Moses, as I see him, was a reluctant speaker, but he was a willing leader. So it relates so much to me because I have been called many times to be a leader. Still, up to now, even as I have accepted them, I'm still very reluctant. Of course, I have my own doubts, question my own confidence, even though it seems like it's bubbling all over me that I am confident. It's just the way that I deal with things that I would like to look more positively at things. So if you have been given a leadership role, an opportunity to lead your club or maybe in your job, don't be afraid to take the chance, because if not you, someone will testify for you on your talents and what you can do. Take the chance, take the risk. Back to you, Toastmaster Rai.
Thank you for that powerful speech, Toastmaster Rose. And another pillar of our club is leadership. But before we proceed with our next topic, I would like to confirm if DRPH Angeles is Toastmaster Elise.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Toastmaster Elise, are you able? Will you able to participate in our table topics, or are you traveling as of the moment? I just want to confirm because I can see your video. I think she's still traveling. All right. So let us now proceed with our table topics session. So next topic is about leadership. In Proverbs 11:14, it states that where there is no guidance, a people falls. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Imagine how our community would thrive if it were surrounded by such leaders. I now invite our president, Toastmaster Jeff, to share his experience and thoughts about this topic. Toastmaster Jeff?
Hello, PP Rai. Can you show the slide again?
Okay. Wait. Yeah. Where there is no guidance, people falls. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety.
So, can someone time me? Thank you. Tonight, I want to talk about embracing change. No matter what your age or stage in life, some people say that it's too late to change or learn something new as you get older. But I strongly disagree. Change is possible to anyone at any time, given the right incentives, mindset, and a mentor. This topic revolves around having the right counselors that will bring you to safety. Consider a seasoned professional who has spent decades in the same industry. For example, in the sales industry. Over the years, they might be comfortable and set in their ways, thinking there's no need to learn new skills. And there comes artificial intelligence, where they are reluctant to use it. But this seasoned professional embraced change as his mentor told him to leverage this innovation and make this as a white knight to boost his sales. So, after 3 months or so, he rejuvenated his sales, and the growth spikes as like there are so many customers asking him because he uses the data and he use it to tap the right market so he can boost his sales. So fellow Toastmasters, if you want to embrace change, find a mentor. He will give you the right incentive and he will teach you the right mindset. Thank you.
And thank you, Toastmaster Jeff, for an enlightening speech. And lastly, okay, I would like to share the screen again. Okay, and lastly, our club is not just a place to learn, to speak, and to lead. It is also a place to build lasting friendships. In Proverbs 27, verse 9 says, perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice. Will you please share a story from which you can relate to this topic, Toastmaster Lit?
Good evening, everyone. Well, perfume, incense, and pleasantness of a friend They're all very good and we all need them in our lives. And we're so thankful that we're part of the Toastmasters family. Whenever I get the chance to talk about Toastmasters, you can really feel how I'm into it. I am married to Toastmasters. I believe I am, and every one of us here. And because of that, we are committed to just staying here and be the best version of ourselves by being part of this team all throughout our lives. And what we cannot deny is our own story. The moment we started as a Toastmaster, and up to now, we're all here for many, many years already. And I know we don't have a plan of leaving because we have found the best group in all the whole world. And here, we always get that scent of being able to live a life of a champion. That's always something that we smell every time we get together. And yes, our friendship, oh my, there's no other place where you have a friend and at the same time you have a mentor, because we get to teach each other every time we get together, whether virtually or face to face. Where in the world can you have that, right? Because we also have other friends, but it's all just that socialization. But Toastmasters is more than that. It is really learning to grow. And as I have said a few seconds ago, this is making us the best version of ourselves. You and I have stories to tell, and I'm just so excited because I have the chance tonight to evaluate a new Toastmaster in the person of Mary Chris. She'll be sharing with us her first speech, her what we call icebreaker speech. And that's really exciting because we could all remember, we could all have memories of how we did it the first time we delivered our speeches. So, wow, always thankful to be a Toastmaster. And here we stay forever. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lit, and thank you for the friendship that you are extending to all of us. And we really appreciate your presence every time that you are joining us in our regular meetings. As we come to the end of our table topic session for tonight, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the brave souls who shared their thoughts and experiences tonight. Your courage to speak and share is a testament to the spirit that has kept Mekawayan Toastmasters Club thriving for 33 years. Reflecting on my own personal journey with Toastmasters, I am reminded on how this club has been a sanctuary for growth, learning, and fellowship. It is not just a place where we hone our speaking skills and leadership. It is also a community where we uplift and inspire one another. And this has been an instrumental for my personal and professional growth. In Proverbs 27:17 reminds us, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. In this club, we are sharpening one another and helping each other like a white knight, preparing ourselves not just for the challenges and opportunities of this life, but the greater purpose our Lord has planned for all of us. Here to the many years of growth and fellowship at the Mekawayan Toastmasters Club, thank you, and I now return the speaking opportunity to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Rise and